Hey, it's Nicole with Dragon Scrappin', and it has seriously been a long time since I've posted a video. I went on vacation at the end of March and took my video camera, and somehow when we got home I lost it, and I lost it for about a month, so found it about a week ago. But this is a recipe album that I made my mother-in-law for Mother's Day. It's actually Mother's Day right now. I'm supposed to be going over there probably within the next 30-40 minutes to give this to her. But I made this using Graphic 45's French Country, and I actually mixed it with Recollections Rooster Provincial. I've never gotten to use Graphic 45 before, so I was really excited about doing this, and when I saw both of those collections, I just thought recipe book. So it's got a chipboard cover, and on the closing spine it's also chipboard, but on the actual binding spine, it is grunge paper that I've painted black, embossed with some gold embossing powder with some fleur-de-lis to go with the whole French theme. On the front, excuse my ums, I still get nervous. This back paper is from the Recollections Rooster Provincial. It's the chicken wire. Then I cut this out from the cover page of the Graphic 45 collection. Then I fussy cut all these sunflowers also out from Graphic 45 and Mod Podge them on there. It's held by 3 magnets, so I wanted to make sure it was going to stay closed. This is from the Graphic 45. I don't have any dies, especially not any this big, so I had to free cut this whole shape that you see in here numerous times. I cut that all by hand, every layer, so it was very time consuming. On this side, we've got Graphic 45 paper. On the back, we have Recollections paper, and this is a cutout from the Recollections paper. I plan on writing something to my mother-in-law after I get done with this video. The album measures 12 inches by 8 inches, a little bit over 8 inches wide. It's pretty big, but I wanted to make sure that she could actually use this. She has a lot of recipes. She's always looking up recipes. I wanted her to have somewhere to put them all, and that's what the main purpose is for this. I didn't add a whole lot of embellishments because I wanted it to lay flat. It stands really nice, just like a real cookbook does. And then you open it, it gets pretty wide. Let's see if I can stay in frame here. In the inside cover here, this is all Recollections paper. Recollections, it's for appetizers. And then this opens up. Each divider is a page like this. And then it opens up like this, and I made this for recipes that you would cut out of magazines or the little ones that you get at the grocery store. You could probably fit a good 30 of them in here because it's expandable. I closed each one of these with a magnet to make sure that it was going to stay tight. I will be doing a tutorial on this page right here probably within the next day or two. On the inside cover, I made this little book. This is from the cutout from Recollections. The little corner embellishments, I don't remember where I got those from. And then inside, more paper from Recollections. And here I just did like a measurement conversion chart. And then I put in the 5 mother sauce recipes and variations of those just because I thought my mother-in-law could use those. And I distressed all of the edges of everything with a vintage photo distress ink. And then on the back, these are meat temperatures. I'm sure she already knows it, but I thought if I had a cookbook, I'd want that kind of stuff in there as a reference, so I put all those in there. And then more Recollections paper, and on the back I just left it blank just in case she wants to add any notes of her own. And then the next page, hold on, I'm making a video. I got a tag right here held in by one of the cutouts from the Graphic 45. These are all Graphic 45 papers. I left it just as is because they're so beautiful as it is. And then each one of these pages on the back of the dividers, I'm making a video. I have an envelope that fits probably about 10, if not more, recipe cards that I printed out. If you can see that. These have a little rooster on it. I got it from Suzanne her Etsy store from Loves Old Stuff. I'll put her link down below in the description box. She's probably got about 20 or so different recipe cards that you can print out. They're not that expensive, and you can print out as many as you want once you buy the download. They come in 4x6, but I needed them 3.5x5. I just emailed her, and she said no problem. She didn't charge me any extra, so that was awesome of her. You can probably literally fit like 200 recipes in this album. It was definitely, like I said, I definitely made it for use. I didn't really add a whole lot of spots for pictures or anything, just because I wanted to make sure that she was going to be able to, I have to get those in there later, fit as many as possible actual recipes in there. On this side, there's a tag that's from the Graphic 45, and then these I just use as decoration. And then each one of these pages have, you see the notches here. They also fit 2 recipe cards in each one. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and by the way, the divider pages are a little bit wider. These are 7 inches wide. These are only 6 inches wide. I will also be making a tutorial at the same time as the divider pages for this page. I actually had to make little pockets inside of this in order to fit these in there securely. And then the next page, this is for the main course. This is all Graphic 45 paper. You got just tags plain on the back. She could write another recipe or some kind of notes, or if she wanted to, she could put a photo on either side. Another tag down here. And then I just fussy cut the rooster from the paper and Mod Podged it on there. And then another tag down here. Plain on the back. And this is another divider page, so it expands, where you can fit a whole bunch of the cut out recipes in there, and once again it's hooked with a magnet. Now this page contains Graphic 45 and Recollections paper. This cutout right here is from Graphic 45, and this envelope is also from Graphic 45. And more recipe cards inside there. It's a different kind of rooster. Just thought the recipe cards went so well with both of these paper lines. And then this back fleur-de-lis paper is Recollections, and this is just an extra strip of Graphic 45 paper. These are 2 separate pages from Recollections. This was a border page. It had a different thing on the inside. I cut that out, put this below it, made it into a pocket to hold this book that I made. This is a Graphic 45 cutout. You open it up, and it's got a pocket with the little roosters down here. You can fit more recipe cards in there. I only put 2 on each side, but you can fit more. My computer actually ran out of ink when I was printing these, so I'm going to have to make her up some more recipe cards when I go back to the store and buy some more ink. But on the inside, it's just a little book I made, and I just lined it, so if she wanted to add notes or recipes or whatever to it, she could. There's more recipe cards in the back. I secured this with a magnet to keep it closed. And then I also put a magnet on the opposite side of this page because this was kind of sliding all over the place and I wanted it to stay put. So I put a magnet on the back side of this page that works with the magnet that's on the book that keeps it still. And then I also have sunflower recipe cards. I have 3 different kinds of recipe cards. These are all from Suzanne. Like I said, she had about 20. They were all vintagey looking, and I lined the back of them. I printed out lines in the back on all of them because I thought, this, for me, I write large, this really isn't enough room for me to write a whole recipe, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough for her either. So, and then I inked all of them to distress them a little bit to match everything else. The next page, we have the side dishes. This is Recollections paper that I cut to make a pocket, inked it all up. And these are just cutouts from the Recollections collection. This is Recollections paper, and I just made a little book, and I left it blank inside. I figured she could put pictures if she wanted to in there. This paper right here isn't, looks a little crooked. This isn't either collection. This is made by Recollections, but was in the open stock, card stock from Michael's, and it's just called Toile. But I thought it went well. This is Recollections here. Like I said, it's another divider. They're all the same, so they all expand. They're all held with magnets. This is a little sticker from Graphic 45. And then this page, these are both, I cut this out from the paper and I cut this out from the cutouts, and then I layered it with this orange paper that I had in my stash because I thought it went really well with the paper. Another envelope with more recipe cards. This is from Graphic 45. This is also from Graphic 45. I didn't put anything on the top of this paper right here just because I like the paper so much. I didn't want to cover the whole thing up by adding more up there. I actually left a lot of the pages somewhat blank just because I really like the paper and didn't want to cover it up with a whole bunch of stuff. And I didn't add any flowers or anything that was chunky because there's a lot of pages in here and I wanted to make sure that this sat really flat. But once again, you got the recipe cards in the slots here. And then almost last page. So this is for desserts. Actually, this would carry over. This is for, I feel like I'm missing something here. No. Okay, this is side dishes. So this is side dishes, this is side dishes. This is where desserts start. These are all Graphic 45. These are both just cutouts. All three of these are cutouts from Graphic 45 paper. This is actually 2 cutouts. I just mounted this smaller one on top of this one, and they all the Graphic 45 ones have stuff on the back. I'm not sure if I was just in frame or not. This is a chipboard piece from the Graphic 45 collection. I just split the paper and then added a sticker strip, a border strip from the Graphic 45 to frame out the pockets. On this side, I cut this out from this paper and then I glossy accented it. This paper, along with this paper, I ran through my Cuddle Bug with the small dots or mini dots, but it kind of reminded me of like chicken skin. So, but this is a tag from the Graphic 45. It's awesome because you don't really have to do anything to them. I just inked them up a little bit and just cut around this piece to stick it in there. And then this is, like I said, for desserts, and then once again it expands. And then this is all Graphic, wait, no, that's not true. Most of it's Graphic 45 paper. This back chicken wire is the Recollections paper. I fussy cut her out from one of the cutouts, glued her onto this cutout, added some Recollections bling. It's another envelope with a bunch more recipe cards. On this side, I just added the paper, but I fussy cut around all the sunflowers to make it into a pocket. And then I just added just a piece of paper that I thought she could put, she could add notes or she can put more photos on either side. I like the way that the black goes with the sunflowers. This is actually my favorite page. And then I have more recipe cards on the side. This is the last page. And this is all Graphic 45 paper. So I did this the same as I did another similar page back there where I just cut slits in the paper. And then where I did the slits, I put the border sticker from the collection on there to frame out the pockets. And then I added another sticker from the collection. And these are all just tags from the collection that I added in there. And this is the front page of the collection, the first page. And on the cover, this is where I cut out the French country. And I left this plain because the paper's so beautiful. And then on the very, what is this? The binding part on the closure, it's more of that chicken wire paper. I wish I had more of that in there because I would have used it a lot more in here. And then more sunflower. But I really enjoyed making it. It did take me a long time. That's another reason why I don't put so many albums on there. Not as many as I want to on YouTube, just because I have 2 toddlers and I don't get as much time to scrapbook as I would like. But I definitely have been rushing around to get this done for Mother's Day. I've been working on it all day. That's how I spent my Mother's Day, was making a present for my mother-in-law. But that's about it. And like I said, I will be doing a tutorial for the pocket pages in here within the next day or so. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.